extra copy on your file. Now let's look at number 4, float around. Let's see, and this is a scenario. You said, teacher, we need to have better computers in the classroom. Teacher could say, let that idea float around. Let that idea float around in my brain. What Teacher D mean is, let me think about your idea of having more computers. So we're using them in a sentence. Let's look at the word live up to. Live up to. So if we're talking about live up to, I want us to talk about to be as good as what was expected. I could say, this maths class is hard. I can't live up to that expectation. This maths class is hard. I can't live up to that expectation. Live up to means to be good at this math class. So I can't live up to that expectation. So let's move on to another explanation. Now, toy with. Toy with. When they say to toy with, they want you to think about it too. So they could say, toy with this for a minute. Think about this for a minute, but don't take it seriously. I want you to toy with this idea for a minute. That means to think about it, to play with it. Right? Now let's talk about the next word, walk through. Remember, walk through has more than one meaning. Walk through means step by step. That means I could say to you, walk me through what happened with the fire. Walk me through what happened with the fire. Tell me about the fire. So you would have to tell me, how did it start? How did the police behave? Who called the police? So when I say walk me through, I want you to tell it to me slowly and carefully. You can explain something to someone or show them how to do it. Next one, walk through. Walk through also means to take your two legs and walk. So I'm going to do a walkthrough with you. I'm going to give you a tour. So I'm going to do a walkthrough with you and I'm going to explain as we tour the building. Right? So walkthrough can be slowly and carefully explain something. Walk through can also mean to physically walk. And then we can also say walk me through. Right, so we have 3 different walks through, but all of them have some explanation be done. You can tell the person, you can explain something, and you can also slowly and carefully give them a step-by-step process. Let's continue with run out of. I have run out of ideas. I am so tired. I have run out of ideas. That means there is no more ideas in my head. Means that there is No more ideas in my head. Now let's look at log off. I could say, everybody, log off the computers. And when I say log off, I am simply talking about logging off your name. Not shut down, that's different. Log off your name. Because remember, with computers now, when you sign on, you get to have a username and a password. So when I say log off, I mean your name, not shut down. Shut down means to shut down the entire computer by pressing the power on or power off button. And we'll use words like power off and power on in another verbal phrases, but I just want to make sure we understand log off. Log off also means to sign off or sign out. And this is not on paper, this is on the computer, right? So we're talking about log off in terms of computers, sign out in terms of computers. We're not talking about the one you do on paper. So these are the words again. Number 1, kick out. K-I-C-K-O-U-T. Number 2, rack up. R-A-C-K-U-P. Number 3, back up. B-A-C-K-U-P. Number 4, float around. F-L-O-A-T-A-R-O-U-N-D. Number 5, live up to. L-I-V-E-U-P-T-O. Number 6, toy with. T-O-Y-W-I-T-H. Number 7, walk through. W-A-L-K-T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Again, walk through. W-A-L-K-T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Walk me through. W-A-L-K-M-E-T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Number 8, walk me through. W-A-L-K-M-E-T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Number 9, run out of. R-U-N-O-U-T-O-F. R-U-N-O-U-T-O-F. Number 10, log off. L-O-G-O-F-F. And there's the other one I said, get with it. G-E-T-W-I-T-H-I-T. And let's make sure we have those written down and we have the meanings. I have the meanings listed earlier in the podcast. So I want you to go back and make sure you write them down. That's how you will learn. You have to write down what you have studied. Write it down, study it. I'll make another podcast with match the words, but we want to learn verbal phrases, and some say call it phrasal verbs. But when we learn them and understand them, we'll realize it's hard to find them in the dictionary, okay? It's not something that translates easily. So many people will say, can I look it up in Google Translate, teacher? No, These are not Google translated terms. These are terms that we use in everyday language in the office, everywhere. But they don't translate to your language because they're called phrasal verbs or verbal phrases. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll do another podcast later, and I will also do a YouTube. Remember, Teacher Dean does a YouTube. So you can find the YouTube channel. You can look for Dean House Ministry at gmail.com, and you'll see the YouTube. And I'm doing this for my ESOL or my ELL or the EAP students. So you can do this. Find Dean, DEAN HOUSE ministry at gmail.com, and you will find the YouTube that I've created for the students. All right, so I'm going to do a YouTube today on the same thing so that we have phrasal verbs or verbal phrases covered. Then I'll create a new set of phrasal verbs or verbal phrases so we can all study. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy your day.